Alright, how's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at my friend who refuses to be on camera, his 2004 Acura RSX Type S. So, let's get started looking at this thing in greater detail. Let's start down here with the bumper. As you can see, this thing, it's put together correctly, I think. It came from the factory this way, and this tends to happen. It comes apart when he pushes the gas down too far. The whole bumper folds in and it makes like this kind of shape. And what that does is, see how it's angled out more? Gives him more straight line stability on the road. So that's the first extremely fancy feature of this car. And then we have quality smiley face sticker, entirely because his teacher didn't believe him. And then cracked windshield adds 400 style points. And we also have, in the same area, we have the rice box, which came from Lamb's Garden. It's actually an extra fuel tank for Casey's car. It adds 40 JDMs to his engine. Our next feature, as we move down along the side of the car here, is this metal piece here. So it's beautiful stainless steel, I don't know, maybe aluminum, brushed aluminum. You can choose which one. But from the factory, they did this plasti dip crap. So we decided we were gonna take it off, even though it looks good. All right. And then as we move down here, we can see a couple nice scratches. I don't know, maybe about a foot long. Each one of these scratches adds 50 horsepower per inch. So you can do the math, that's a lot. All right, so we'll follow this scratch along the car here and we'll continue down to the wheels here. Now, as you can see, these wheels are definitely not factory wheels. They're highly upgraded, highly technologically advanced wheels with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can count how many spokes they are. Now you can see they have 4 lug nuts and then 1 different one. That's plus 50 style points. And they were plasti dipped from the factory, but we took that off also because it looks good. Now, also, if you look under here, you can see there's no fender wells. That's because we're dirt nasty low and we like to look cooler. So you always want to be able to see like right through the back of your car, especially. That helps a lot. Alright, so as we continue back along this car here, you can see we got some more scratches, which is extra horsepower. And then we have this wing. Now, this wing was painted by the guys over at the Tri-County Career Center. It was carbon fiber, but we decided that it would look better if it was just gray. Now, but you can also see that they actually missed a spot back here because they're all beacons and they don't know what they're doing. So, moving on. Alright, so we continue along. We'll look at this dent real quick. Now, we haven't actually been able to prove what this is from, but we think it's from when the grandma of the previous owner was actually loading groceries into the car and forgot to open the hatchback, so she just bashed it. And then, if we come down here, you can see this exhaust. Now, you can see it's starting to turn brown. That's because Casey doesn't clean his tips often enough. So, let's open up the hatch here, because it's a hatchback, not a car. Don't remember that. So back here we've got multiple factory features that were very expensive add-ons from the factory. We start with this one, which is the lunchbox. He eats lunch out of it. And then we have this broken piece of styrofoam, which was also a factory add-on. And actually what they decided to do was, instead of putting a spare tire, they replaced it with a woofer. They also replaced it with a Subway bag, a Naruto headband, and some Hot Wheels tracks for extra horsepower points. Alright, so as you can see, we moved into the interior here. If you look down, you can see there are no carpets for extra weight reduction. But we decided we were going to steal these rubber mats out of a Toyota pickup truck. Fact. Now, if you look up here, you can see these 3 dials that are elegantly screwed on to the side of the car. And each one of these is a turbo gauge. We'll talk more about those later. Now, you can see here, this is my race mode shifter. Always remember, if you shake it more than 3 times, you're just playing with it. So, when I want to go faster, like racing those guys with their short throw shifters and things, I can just push this down. Now you can see I've got extra leverage to change gears faster. Alright guys, so we're going to look at the engine now. Always remember, always to the left. Doesn't matter what I said in the Monster video, I'm always wrong. So, now, again, you can smell the pure power off the engine right now. Because he just drove it, I don't know, he may have hit about 130 down this road here. Pretty quick car. So, if we start looking at this thing here, we can see we've got this filter. It says K&N, but don't ever believe that, that's trash. And you can see this car engine, it sucks so much, it actually bent the air filter. So if we keep going down here, we can see the battery. It's bolted in partway. Weight reduction, because why would you ever waste weight on screws, especially that one? That one's to get us extra connectivity, especially when you're like going really fast. You don't want it to come. So as you can see, guys, I'm holding the hood up. That's because Casey's too cheap and he wants to keep his weight down, so he doesn't put a hood prop in here. So also, this thing is coming off. It's because he didn't put a plastic plug in it. Also weight reduction. Now, let's get on to how powerful this engine is. It's a 4-cylinder, so it's extremely powerful already. And then we've got a turbo here, and then there's a third turbo. That's like a game of Find Waldo. Alright guys, so if we look at this engine again, we can see it has VTEC, yo, because who would ever say VTEC without saying yo? It's a 2-point bro engine with dough hook, just like mine. And then, since it's VTEC, it makes unicorn power, or as Casey calls it, llama thrust. Alright guys, so this is how much horsepower this engine makes. As you may have noticed, it's not all numbers. It actually has some letters in it, but that doesn't matter. It still means horsepower. So we have 04602 dash, which is a lot. And then S, which means, I don't know, just S horsepower. And then 6M-A01ZZ. And there's only one, which means there's one engine. Alright, so here you can see this headlight. This thing actually came factory broken, like this one. Or not factory broken, factory fixed, like this one. So we decided we needed to fix the aerodynamics. So we actually smashed it like this and then put tape over it. Makes it way more aerodynamic. We also put some sticks in there because we're green. Alright, so this is the badge on the front. It is a limited edition, 1 of 1. And we decided to go for duct tape instead of the actual badge itself because it's a lot lighter.
Holy shotgun! Holy what?
Grandma of the last owner was trying to load her groceries and she forgot to open it. Alright guys, so we're gonna start looking at the engine now. So we just open the hood. I swear guys, this is ridiculous.